Naga have never been part of India. Never been part of even British regime. Don't talk about Indian administration. Yesterday, Indian born yesterday. We have never been part of even the British regime. We are not Indian. India also should recognize Naga identity. So Nagaland state is too small that it cannot be divided. Yet there should be some arrangement for ENP people. There should be a separate kitchen to live together in Nagaland state. Naga will never be separated from India. It will remain with India, but at least some respect and honor for rainbow flag. This flag, whether India agree or not, this flag will continue to use. At least a 35-mile free movement regime should be accepted by government of India, and it has been accepted for me.
Hello and welcome to IndiaTodayNE. Today I am joined by Mr. Wangtin Naga, who is the chairperson of NSCN-R, that is Naga Revolutionary Army. Sir, welcome to IndiaTodayNE.
Thank you.
So my first question to you is, from a bureaucrat to a revolutionary leader, how is your journey been so far?
No, Naga National movement is a collective issue, and everyone is a part of it, including women and children, bureaucrat, yes, Naga, anyone, be it bureaucrat or politician or businessman or church leaders or NGOs, students, including students, we all are part of Naga National movement. And it happened a very smooth moment. Now talk going on and talk have been declared concluded. Now all the Naga people are waiting for inking of a final agreement with the government of India. I was a block diplomat officer.
Yeah.
And then I left this profession.
Oh.
And ultimately, 2005, I have decided to join Naga National movement because everybody wants solution, but nobody wants to join the national movement. And we cannot expect anyone to bring solution unless we join.
So what was that particular incident, what have triggered you to join the Revolutionary Army and quit your secured, safe government job?
So there are so many factors. There are so many factors. Yet, one important factor is right from 2001, NSCN-R have signed a ceasefire agreement with the government of India. And they have entered into a political dialogue. So I have visited Mr. Khaplang's camp several times, at least 6-7 times. I was a bureaucrat, yet my heart was burning like a furnace. So I have visited Khaplang's camp in Myanmar side. So I told him to sign the ceasefire agreement and go for political dialogue like NSCN-R, because Naga National movement cannot be divided between the group, between the factions. One issue and there should be one solution. So I told Baba Khaplang, why don't you sign the ceasefire agreement with government of India as Isak Moiwa NSCN-R signed a few years ago. So I couldn't convince him. So he said public has no right to talk about Naga politics. If you want to talk about politics, you should be part of it. Then at last I have decided that I should be part of the movement. Then only I can rest the issue. So when I am not a part of the issue, I cannot decide the future of the Nagas. Therefore, I have joined the national movement mainly to convince Chairman Khaplang to sign the ceasefire agreement and to start a political dialogue with the government of India to bring solution. So I said this is a political issue, we should resolve the issue politically. And killings of 100 Assam Rifles, killings of 1,000 Indian Army will not solve the problems. The problem should be resolved through mutual understanding of each other's position.
Yeah.
That was the main reason.
So you said, it's very interesting, sir. You have joined Revolutionary Army to bring solution. You said you went to Khaplang's camp and you tried to convince him for the ceasefire agreement. It's very interesting. Can you just give some details?
Yes, it was for some people it's like a funny, right? So I was bureaucrat. Yet I used to visit Khaplang's camp, not for my own benefit, only to convince Khaplang that night is over. day is down. So you cannot fight with free India. Time is over. It's Adolf Hitler's time over. Napoleon Bonaparte time's over. Ho Chi Minh's time over. You should have ceasefire agreement with government of India to create conducive atmosphere to start talk. Then only you will have a solution. Now the problem is the rivalry have already developed between Kaplang's group, NSCN-K and NSCN-I. So NSCN-I cannot convince Kaplang because they were already rival. So I feel I should go. So I try to convince Kaplang for ceasefire and to start talk. Kaplang said you should be part of the problem. You should be part of the organization. Then only you can talk. Then I have no option. I have to quit all my profession and I joined the national movement. That he should start talk with government of India. And my logic is very simple, that Naga issue cannot be resolved through violence. It should be through political maturity. It should be through mutual understanding of each other's position. Because Naga have never been part of India. Never been part of even British regime. Don't talk about Indian administration. Yesterday, Indian born yesterday. We have never been part of even the British regime. Naga, I'm talking about the Naga people.
You are talking about Naga, how?
No, the history about the Naga people. We have never been part of British administration. That entire India become the central integrated part of British Empire. Okay. Naga have never been part of it. So, killings of hundreds and thousands of Indian army will not solve the problems. Nor hundreds and thousands of Naga army killed or purchased by Indian army will never solve the problems. In the past 50s, 60s, when we talk about history of the atrocities meted out to the Naga people by Indian army, our women have been raped, greenery, all the houses burned down, even the church also burned down. But the realization came even on the part of the Indian army. So I want to start a talk with the government of India in a transparent manner. That was my desire to convince Kaplang. But Kaplang, I failed to convince him. Rather, he said, you should be part of the problem. You should be part of the organization.
You are saying you failed to convince him?
Convince him. He said, you should be part of the organization. You should join the national movement. Then only you can talk. Then I have no option. So I have quit all my profession. I joined Naga National Movement under the leadership of SS Kaplang. I was Home Minister of NSCN Kaplang. But the saddest part of my departure from Kaplang during his lifetime was some agency have misused Kaplang, saying that Kaplang, Wangtin Naga become the Home Minister of Indian government. It's a surprise. I told Kaplang, don't believe. How can Kaplang's son, how can Mr. Wangtin Naga, a Home Minister of NSCN-K become Home Minister of Indian Army? Indian means a rival country. Then another conspiracy had been hatched by my enemy. My enemy is my friends. Because some people don't like me. Because of my influence with Kaplang, and I have signed the ceasefire agreement on behalf of Kaplang with Myanmar government. Okay. That was in 2012. So, some people had conspiracy against me intentionally to create gap between Kaplang and me. That I become the IP director. They have convinced Kaplang. I told Papa Kaplang, don't believe on anybody. How can I become the IP director? To become IP director, one should be IPS topper. Then among the IPS, the brainy men, only the brainy men, and the senior men become IPS director, DIB, which is called DIB, Director Intelligence Bureau. So Kaplang have been made to believe that I have become DIB in Delhi. So that's how Kaplang has expelled me.
Okay, he has expelled you in which year?
Expelled me in March 2015. So I could not join NSCN-I.
Okay.
You could point. Neither I become an NNC or any organization. So I have to form NSCN reformism.
Okay,
Actually,
it's NSCN reformation.
Yes, reformism came into being in the later part. So I have to form alternative organization for my armies, for my officers. That's how NSCN came into being. And then right after the formation of NSCN reformation, I went to New Delhi and signed the ceasefire agreement. When I was the ceasefire supervisor of NSCN-K. As a ceasefire supervisor, I have to attend the ceasefire meeting. And the ceasefire meeting was fixed not by NSCN-K, but fixed by the government of India. I have seen the message to Kaplang that a meeting was convened by Indian government. And that was fixed on 26th of March 2015. So already a meeting had been proposed in advance. Then Kaplang have not warned me or directed me not to attend the meeting. I have attended the meeting. So Kaplang, when meeting was on, Kaplang declared abrogation of ceasefire, and then my expulsion news have been flashed out. It was very unfortunate. They tried to kill me because Kaplang was away in Myanmar. So instead of Kaplang, they wanted to kill me.
Okay, so they tried to target you.
So I feel I was completely relieved from this trouble, these problems. I should enjoy my public life. But my army and civil authority all came up in thousands. And they say, you should be the chairman. I say, I don't want chairman. I want to be a public. Then I cannot avoid their request. So I have declared one group, Naga National Movement Group.
That is reformation.
Just NSCN GBRN. Even not even NSCN.
Okay, first it was GPRN.
NSCN GBRN. That's all. Then gradually this NSCN reformation came into being. Reformation only to reform the Naga National Movement. I said reformation started with the individual. Then I have signed a ceasefire agreement with Government of India during Rajnath, Home Minister. And then after signing the ceasefire agreement, non-IM means a group who have not been part of NSCN-IM, 7 or 8 organizations came into being to form a conglomeration organization called Naga National Political Group, NNPG.
Okay.
And we have entered into a political dialogue with government.
So what are your demands now?
Actually, we have no demand. We have been a free people.
You are for reformation.
And then we want to be a free people. We are not Indian, to be very frank.
Why do you think that you are not Indian?
How can you say we have never been part of India when India became a free nation, free country? Naga declared independent on 14 August 1947, a day ahead of India become independent. Our leader knew that India would become independent on 15 of August 1947. That's how they have decided to declare Naga independent one day ahead of India become independent. That's how we feel we are not Indian. But ultimately, I feel it's my destiny that I have been born in Indian soil. I cannot choose to be Chinese. Neither I can be Pakistani. So I have been born in Indian soil. I should be with India. There should be a mutual understanding. But at least India also should recognize the Naga identity. That's how the talk started. And then our talk started with 1951 Naga plebiscite. 1951 Naga plebiscite. Then the Indian government also not willing to accept this because it is your business. Government, some agencies said. Then we said, if you are not try to recognize our right, then there is no meeting point. So one agreement has been signed between the Indian government and NNPG that government of India have recognized the Naga political and historical right for self-determining of the Naga future. That agreement has been signed. We call it agreed position.
Okay.
And then the talk carried on, or basing on that agreement. So we will be very much part of India but our identity should be recognized.
Okay.
At least our flag, Naga have flown their flag before Indian flag.
Yeah.
Because Relpu flag born before Tripura flag. So that flag will flown. This flag will
you need
continue
a separate flag. And
yeah, that flag will continue to fly. And then we have our own identity. So our identity should be Naga. Nationality should be Naga. But we are part of India. That has been the basis of the talk.
So, sir, do you see any changes after Prime Minister Modi came into power? Because he always say that he has focused Northeast.
It's a very good question.
Yeah.
We had a very big expectation on Modi ji because we have seen some potentiality in him. And only he can do the things. That was our first belief. But even after the conclusion of talk on 2019 October 31st, no agreement has been inked till now.
No agreement on?
No agreement has been inked. No agreement has been signed between the Naga people, NNPG, and Government of India.
But your expectation is
No. Expectation, we expect Narendra Modi to solve the Naga political issue. And our talk has been concluded on 31st October 2019. Now it's almost, I think, 5 years. Nothing happened. So our expectation of Narendra Modi was too high. But we don't know why he becomes too low. He have not taken the drastic decision. Only he can do the thing. That was our expectation because majority BJP. Unless Modi do, I don't think anyone can do. Modi is the right person to do it because he got a majority in Lok Sabha.
Yeah.
The strongest party in India right now. He is the right person to do it. But what makes him go low down, I don't know. He's a very slow on the decision.
Okay.
We are waiting even today that something will happen.
Tell me, what is FNT? What are your issues? How Eastern Nagaland is different from your Western Nagaland?
Correct. It's a very good question. ENPU or FNT or TMPU came into being only lately. But the entire ENPU block had been known as NIFA.
Okay.
Or some people call us the Free Nagas because we have never been part of India. This is the ENPU block. We are free people. We have been a free people. So, in 1963, one agreement called 16-point agreement that had been signed. Through that agreement, the Nagas, Naga Hill, Nagas from Assam district also came up. And the Nagas of this NIFA also came up. And they become one family and giving birth to a new state called Nagaland.
Okay.
So, Indian Constitution, you will see Article 371, a clause 2, you will see something very good. Equitable distribution of funds from Delhi, equitable distribution of employment. But it never happened. So these people have been badly neglected.
Who?
By these Tuensang people, ENPO people, by the Nagaland state. So particularly, I am from one district. Whenever I have to go to Kohima, I have to take entire northern part of Assam. I have to cross Sonari, I have to cross Sibsagar, I have to cross Jorhat, I have to cross Golakar. Ultimately, I used to reach Dimam. I have not covered even 1 kilometer of Nagaland, but no route. This is a very small example. Such negligence cover of entire system here in North ENPO block. That's how people feel discriminated, and they have been neglected in all amenities. So
who has discriminated you, center or the state?
No, center have given fund. We have been told, but how this central fund have been used by the state government, we don't know. We have, of course, we have ILO. ILO become, I don't want to say anything, but ILO also becomes students in Nagaland Legislative Assembly. And right from 1962 till date, not a single person ENPU area becomes chief minister.
Okay.
It's almost 60 years. And not even home minister. Do you believe?
Okay.
So our minister, right from 1963, MLA minister, to this present day, they are like students in Nagaland Assembly. And to all this shared, directly, indirectly handled by other advanced Naga tribe. So I think, if I am not mistaken, we have for more than 7, 8 our children, boys and girls, daughters and sons, are working in others' kitchen as domestic helpers. Or in short, we can call the slept, no education, nothing else. Simply working in others' kitchen for just 200, 300, 500 seconds. That's how the people feel very bad. So Nagaland state is too small that it cannot be divided. Yet there should be some arrangement for ENP people. There should be a separate kitchen to live together in Nagaland state.
So what is your view regarding the ceasefire agreement with?
Ceasefire is a prerequisite condition for total peace. So ceasefire have been signed between Government of India and NSCN-R first.
Right.
Followed by NSCN-K. And now NSCN-K have been again split it into different groups, like NSCN-R, NSCN-Kangu, NSCN-Nikki, NSCN Unification, and so on and so forth. And all the NSCN have signed ceasefire agreement with Government of India. And all this group are for solution. Not just package solution, but there should be political solution. Naga will never be separated from India. It will remain with India, but at least some respect and honor is required from India. At least Naga identity should be recognized by India. Because Naga people have declared independent one day before India become independent, not against India, defending their rights. We have declared independent, not against India. So also we have our good fight. Naga people had a good fight with the British people. And our people have fought with the British, not for India independent, only for Naga independent. So we have the history. And the history cannot be just thrown out to the rubbish. As a rubbish. Got it. So we have to respect and honor our history. We need to preserve our identity as a Naga. Naga have a real flag. This flag, whether India agree or not, this flag will continue to use. We have our own culture. That will continue. That's how Government of India should do something. They should not sign the ceasefire agreement for the sake of signing ceasefire.
Okay.
They should sign the ceasefire agreement with Naga people to bring out the solution, to settle the issue. So I have not signed the ceasefire agreement with the Government of India, not for the sake of just signing the ceasefire, only to bring out the solution. We have a big hope on him, because he seems to be one of the strongest men right now, because his party, BJP, is majority in Lok Sabha. Single majority. Unless Modi solve the issue, I don't think anyone can solve it out.
Home Minister Amit Shah has announced the scrapping of free movement regime with Myanmar. So what is your view regarding this?
No, it's a very unfortunate decision taken by our Home Minister. Let me explain to you. Why there should be no such a decision taken by the Government of India. That I want to explain to you. Before 1947, our people didn't know India and Myanmar. Our people just live, right? But you see, after India became independent, Burma also followed the suit. And 20 years later, this boundary, artificial boundary, has been drawn between Burma and India. And is a particular boundary drawn between India and Burma have divided our family. Had India asked Naga people to choose whether this should be with India or Myanmar, I think Naga people could have choose to be with India, but they have not given such opportunity to Naga people. Simply divide the Naga family. You see, even our parents have been migrated from Myanmar side. I have my great grandfather. He's no more. Yes, already dead.
Okay.
But
they are from Burma.
no, yes, my great grandfather buried here, and we have been migrated. Migrated in the sense we are together. We were together.
Okay.
But only in 1971 this boundary have been established. So our people have been divided between two nations, India and Myanmar. There should be a free movement. If government is so decided to construct a fencing wall, this should leave our people free. And this wall should not cover up our area. We never stop them making or constructing a fencing wall. Or another side or Manipur side, they can construct. But at least our families should not be divided. This is our request to government of India. During our NNPG talk with the government of India, that at least a 35-mile free movement regime should be accepted by government of India. And it has been accepted for me.
It has been accepted
by the government of India.
Especially the exemption to the Nagaland.
Yes.
Okay. It is in written?
Yeah, it is in written.
Okay.
But agreement have not been signed, I said. Agreement have not been signed. We have our agreed position and status paper. Government of India also accepted the fact that yes, your people have been divided. Then we have placed our request that a 35-mile free movement regime should be agreed upon it, so that our people can be more freely. Because when some people expire from my family in Myanmar, said I should go. I cannot go right now, but my wife can go at least. So if someone dies in my family, then my clan from Myanmar can come here.
Correct.
Okay. So during particular Auliang now, we used to visit one another, Auliang, and when our family member expire. So government of India should not expect Naga people to come together. It is only government of India who should bring Naga people together. That drum cut is in GUI's hand. That drum cut is in Modi's hand. Let's see. There should be a solution.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.